Intentional living, as introduced by Tim Ferriss, is a principle that encourages individuals to deliberately design their life based on their values and priorities rather than passively accepting circumstances or societal expectations. At its core, it involves making conscious decisions that align with one's goals and desires, leading to a more fulfilling and purpose-driven life. Tim Ferriss, a well-known entrepreneur, author, and podcaster, advocates this approach through his work, which often focuses on maximizing personal and professional potential by cutting out unnecessary noise and focusing on what truly matters. The significance of intentional living in this context lies in its transformative power. By adopting this mindset, individuals can break free from the habit of living life on autopilot and instead create a lifestyle that is both rewarding and tailored to their personal aspirations. This concept is pivotal because it demonstrates the potential for individuals to have greater control over their happiness and success. An example of intentional living can be seen in Tim Ferriss's own career. He is known for his 4-hour Workweek philosophy, where he challenges conventional ideas of work and productivity by advocating for efficiency and lifestyle design. By intentionally optimizing how time is spent, individuals can focus on projects and pursuits that truly matter to them, thus achieving more meaningful results. Another example is Ferriss's fear-setting exercise, inspired by Stoic philosophy, where people are encouraged to confront their fears directly. By identifying the worst-case scenario and its potential impact, individuals can make more informed choices free from the paralyzing effects of fear-based indecision. Supporters of intentional living argue that it leads to a more satisfied and content existence, as it allows individuals to align their daily actions with long-term objectives. However, this concept is not without challenges or opposing viewpoints. Critics might argue that the notion could disregard the impact of uncontrollable external circumstances, suggesting that not everything can be influenced by personal choice. Additionally, the privilege required for some aspects of intentional living, such as financial stability or time flexibility, may not be available to everyone, limiting its applicability. Finally, intentional living with Tim Ferriss crucially connects to other aspects of crafting a rewarding life by encouraging constant reflection and reassessment. It influences how one approaches personal growth, productivity, and even relationships, ensuring that every facet of life contributes positively to the larger vision of a meaningful existence. Through such an approach, individuals can build a life that is not just lived, but truly enjoyed. Understanding the principles of intentional living involves recognizing and committing to a life that is deliberately aligned with one's values and goals. Intentional living is about making conscious choices rather than relying on autopilot or succumbing to societal expectations. It encourages self-awareness and purposeful decision-making to create a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. This concept is central to the idea of intentional living with Tim Ferriss, crafting a rewarding life, because it provides the foundational mindset necessary for designing a life that is not only successful by external standards, but also profoundly rewarding on a personal level. The significance of intentional living lies in its power to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, allowing individuals to focus on what truly matters. By understanding and applying these principles, one can eliminate unnecessary distractions and focus on activities that contribute to personal growth and satisfaction. For example, in the entrepreneurial realm, practicing intentional living might mean choosing projects that align with one's core values and long-term vision, rather than pursuing opportunities simply for financial gain. Similarly, in personal health and wellness, it may involve adopting daily routines that prioritize mental and physical well-being, such as meditation or regular exercise, over superficial fitness trends. Supporters of this approach argue that intentional living leads to greater clarity and purpose, enabling individuals to lead lives that are authentic rather than dictated by external pressures. Tim Ferriss himself often highlights the value of being strategic and selective with time, focusing on high-leverage activities that yield the most significant results with the least effort. However, intentional living is not without its challenges. Critics may point to the difficulty in maintaining such focus in a world full of noise and distraction. Others might argue that the privilege of choosing intentionally is not available to everyone, as many are constrained by financial or situational limitations. Alternative viewpoints suggest that some level of spontaneity and unintentional experiences can lead to unexpected rewards and growth, offering a counterbalance to a life overly steeped in deliberate choices. Despite these challenges, intentional living is deeply interconnected with crafting a rewarding life, as it influences goal setting, time management, and personal fulfillment. By understanding and integrating the principles of intentional living, individuals are better equipped to make choices that not only drive career success, but also create a balanced and satisfying personal life. Ultimately, intentional living provides the framework within which all other aspects of a rewarding life can come together harmoniously. Implementing Tim Ferriss's tools and techniques involves embracing methods and strategies designed to enhance productivity, efficiency, and personal growth. Tim Ferriss, a renowned author and entrepreneur, is famous for his book, The 4-Hour Workweek, which proposes optimizing life by working less and living more. His approach centers around prioritizing tasks, setting boundaries, and utilizing specific tools to maximize output while minimizing time commitment. This concept is integral to intentional living, as it encourages individuals to take conscious, deliberate steps towards a fulfilling life by aligning actions with personal goals and values. The significance of this point in relation to intentional living with Tim Ferriss is profound. Ferriss's tools and techniques provide a structured framework that helps individuals break free from the conventional 9-to-5 mindset, enabling them to focus on activities that bring genuine satisfaction and joy. By adopting these practices, one can allocate more time to passions, relationships, and self-discovery, thereby crafting a rewarding life. Two real-world applications of these tools and techniques include the Pareto Principle and the minimum effective dose. The Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule, suggests that 80% of outcomes often come from 20% of efforts. By identifying and focusing on those crucial tasks that yield the most significant results, individuals can drastically improve efficiency. The minimum effective dose concept involves identifying the smallest amount of effort needed to produce the desired outcome. For example, in fitness, instead of spending hours at the gym, individuals can achieve impressive results with structure, more intense workouts, prioritizing quality over quantity. Many successful entrepreneurs and professionals endorse Ferriss's approach, praising its emphasis on productivity without burnout. Advocates argue that it empowers individuals to design their lives according to personal priorities rather than societal expectations. However, challenges and controversies do exist. Some critics believe Ferriss's techniques may not be applicable to all professions or life circumstances, particularly those in more traditional or demanding career paths. Additionally, the emphasis on efficiency may overlook the value of deeper engagement and craftsmanship in certain endeavors. Implementing Ferriss's methods complements other aspects of intentional living, such as mindfulness and self-reflection, by offering practical ways to achieve personal objectives. By simplifying decision-making and streamlining activities, individuals can better focus on what truly matters, aligning their daily actions with their broader life vision. Consequently, these tools and techniques not only pave the way for greater efficiency, but also promote a more intentional, meaningful existence. Self-experimentation and feedback loops are core components of intentional living, a concept popularized by Tim Ferriss. At its essence, self-experimentation involves testing variables in one's life to determine which actions lead to desired outcomes, much like scientists conduct experiments to verify hypotheses. Feedback loops, on the other hand, involve gathering information about these actions in real time or over a set period to make informed adjustments. When applied to intentional living, these concepts help individuals move toward a more fulfilling and purposeful life by iteratively testing and refining their habits, routines, and choices. The significance of self-experimentation and feedback loops in crafting a rewarding life is profound. By continuously experimenting with different lifestyle choices, individuals gain a deeper understanding of what truly makes them happy, productive, or at peace. This method aligns perfectly with Ferriss's ethos of living deliberately, where every choice is made with specific intent and its consequences are monitored, assessed, and refined over time. Examples of self-experimentation and feedback loops are bountiful. One classic real-world application is Tim Ferriss's own practice of lifestyle design, where he tweaks various aspects of his daily routine, such as sleep, diet, and exercise, to optimize health and productivity. Another example could be a professional seeking to improve their performance at work by experimenting with different productivity techniques, like time blocking or adopting the Pomodoro technique, while continuously evaluating their impact on efficiency and stress levels. Proponents argue that this hands-on, data-driven approach to living increases mindfulness and encourages personal growth. It shifts focus from passive consumption of information to active engagement in personal development. However, this approach does come with challenges. Some criticize it as overly methodical, potentially eroding spontaneity, or leading to analysis paralysis, where excessive analyzing hinders decision-making. Moreover, not every aspect of life is easily quantifiable, making it hard to create meaningful feedback loops for abstract qualities like joy or fulfillment. Despite these challenges, self-experimentation and feedback loops are closely intertwined with other facets of intentional living. They connect deeply with goal setting, as continuous feedback allows for the reevaluation of objectives, and with resilience, as individuals learn to adapt and reformulate strategies when initial experiments fail. By integrating these concepts, one can craft a more responsive, adaptable, and rewarding lifestyle. This iterative approach to life aligns with Ferriss's guidance on approaching living as a series of conscious choices aimed at enhancing overall well-being, freedom, and satisfaction.